Welcome to the Choristers. Welcome to the Choristers Lounge. Welcome to the Choristers Lounge. Come on in and sit on down. Listen as we break it down. From hymns above to songs I knew, sharing the things important to you. Come on in and sit on down. Listen as we break it down. The choristers at the Choristers Lounge.
Hello, Choristers Lounge family, and welcome to another episode of our wonderful podcast. We are back at it, well into the second season of content here in the Choristers Lounge, and you know the drill. You know our normal statement. First and foremost, just want to thank you for continuing to be part of this journey that we're on. Again, my name is Matthew Caldwell, and I'm honored to be your host for this season of the Choristers Lounge. We've made some wonderful strides and some wonderful progress in the second season of the Choristers Lounge. Just want to thank you all, those that have subscribed to our YouTube channel, those of you that have liked, shared, and subscribed to the various social media mediums and platforms that are out there. If you have not done so, we certainly want to invite you to do so. We just thank you for just continuing to spread the good news and glad tidings of joy just about everything that's going on here in the Choristers Lounge. The feedback we are receiving certainly does our hearts good and just gives us a little bit more wind under our wings just to keep going and to keep progressing and just keep building this wonderful podcast to what we hope will be beneficial to our viewing audience. So just thank you for being part of the journey. And we're certainly looking forward to just bringing you along as we continue to add content to this Choristers Lounge. Today, I am pleased to welcome into the lounge a man who just by his very name just brings joy to the hearts of so many people. You know, he's just a beautiful spirit, a beautiful person, a ball of energy who has been on the wall a long time, hasn't got tired yet. And he just has a youthful exuberance that we all just get that warm, fuzzy feeling when we call his name. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others, Brother Jerry Palmer, District Superintendent of District Number 1, the West.
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Jerry, we're so pleased and honored to have you in the Choristers Lounge today, sir.
Thank you for inviting me, Brother Matthew.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course,
Great.
Choristers Lounge family, you know, Brother Blake is always here with us, kind of behind the scenes, making the whole thing go. He is the engine that drives this Choristers Lounge. So I'm just glad to have you, Brother Jerry. So just to jump into just maybe your formative years growing up here in the congregation, just kind of take us as far back as you would like. Some of your formative years. How did you kind of become a member of the choir? You know, where did you grow up within the congregation? Just talk a little bit about some of your formative years in the congregation and the choir.
Sure, Brother Matthew. And like I said before, thank you for inviting me. It's an honor. And it's funny that we talk about my formative years. It just sort of brought back a lot of memories. It's almost like I can recall almost every event that took place throughout my life. But growing up in Chicago, one, we didn't have an established tabernacle. So we were going from one place to the other, but the spirit was always high. You know, no one was complaining,
Yeah.
and we were some small places and big places and things like that. But and it's funny, you know. Of course, we didn't have any cell phones, but you know, I didn't know how my father knew where to go
Right.
the next week. You know, and one, we didn't have a car too, so we're on public transportation. And so I said, wow, we're always getting up 2 hours early to get the service. I live in a suburb north of Chicago. So, and they told me years ago that the tabernacle was in the suburb of Evanston. and they told me it was on the street called Railroad Street, but I don't remember seeing a tabernacle there.
Hmm.
So we're going from place to place, like, I don't want to say the word gypsy, but we were just going from place to place.
Sure, sure.
And so I was an altar boy. I'll go right there. That's my earlier year.
Okay.
And we had a line of altar boys. And oddly enough, I sat in the first chair as an
Okay.
altar boy. So I don't know. A couple of events took place. So one time, Rabbi Stewart was visiting Chicago.
Okay.
And he was visiting Chicago, and he wasn't a pastor then. So he had this huge Bible, very large. So I managed to just catch it. I was just very quick, and I caught it. And he looked at me and said, okay. And that was one event. But the second event that occurred is that I went to go, it was intermission time and everything. We came back, and I came out of the, using the bathroom. And so someone said, oh, Elder, at the time was Elder Marshall. Elder
Mhm.
Marshall's looking for you. Elder Marshall's looking for you. I said, what did I do? I just went to the bathroom. So he looked at me and said, I want you to go in the choir. I said, okay. And I didn't know where to sit. I didn't go in the choir. And at the time, Brother J.C. Carey was a chorister.
Yeah. Come on,
J.C.
call the roll. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Brother J.C. Carey was a chorister, and he had a beautiful personality, smooth and smiling. And so I sat on the tenor side. And I said, why did he put me in the choir? I mean, I didn't think I was singing loud. It's like, so that's where I remember getting in the choir. And my brother was already in the choir at the time, who was Brother Joseph Palmer. He
Yeah.
was already in the choir already. So I said, well, let me sit next to my brother. Maybe I'll learn something. Because I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about a music, song, a director. I didn't know what I was doing. But I
Right.
always admired the choir just looking from the altar boy section.
Yeah.
So I'm in the choir, and so and that's what I remember. I'm in the choir now. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you mentioned your father. So just for the sake of the record, call your parents' names just for the Choristers Lounge so that we know
sure.
for the sake of the record.
All right, Brother Judah Palmer was my father, and my mother's name was Rochelle Palmer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, were they in the choir at all? Did they have holding the offices
And
in the choir?
my mother was not. She was in the congregation, but my father was a shepherd boy. And of course, like any young child, they see these ribbons flying, all different colors and stuff. So I admired my father.
Yes, sir.
And that was really my goal, to be like my father.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't know if anybody has done this before. I'm sure maybe I've done it. So we did church all over again at home.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
so I had
That's right. That's what we do.
yeah. So I had a blue, I'll never forget it, a blue broom, dark blue broom, because I love blue, because I'm wearing blue. So it was a dark blue broom. It was cut off, and so I had these ribbons. So I was just shaking the staff around the house, just almost tearing up the wall. So that
Yeah.
was my goal. My dream is to be a shepherd boy. I was going to be like my father. I'm going to shake those
Gotcha.
ribbons and do all that.
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
obviously,
Yes, sir.
that didn't happen.
That's all right. That's all right. So that actually brings me to another question. Okay, actually, before I get to that question, so again, just for the sake of the record, you mentioned Rabbi Stewart. So that was the late Rabbi William Ezra Stewart, correct?
William Edwards
So you
Stewart,
mentioned his
correct?
name,
Yes, sir.
and then you said an Elder Marshall. What was Elder Marshall's
Yes,
first name? Do you recall?
Elder, of course, yes, sir. And Elder Robert Marshall. He
Okay.
was the general choir superintendent after the late. Oh man, I used to know his name. I don't know. I
It
don't remember
wasn't.
his
It
name.
wasn't. It wasn't Elder Cookie Johnson, was it?
It could have been. It could have been. So I think he was after
Okay.
Cookie Johnson. Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Okay.
since we're talking about Elder Marshall, I admired him because and that's where I got my prancing from, was uh, after
Come
him.
on now.
Just the way he
Yeah.
pranced. He was so smooth how he pranced. And so I said,
Yeah.
I was like him. And so then he had his ceremony book, and all his sermons were all laminated. It was a binder, was laminated with, I said, oh my God, man, look at that. So I saw different things that were going on in the church, and we just sort of we we picked on that and looked at the different things. And so,
Yeah.
and he was my, I don't say idol, but I admired him. Looking at my father, thinking about Brother J.C. Carey, and then of course, other people came along.
Sure. So that's a perfect segue. So, with some of those personalities, right? You talked about Elder Robert Marshall, who was the general choir superintendent, Brother J.C. Carey, who was of course chorister, and then elevated to district chorister as a young man, right? Whom
Yes,
were
sir.
some of your other musical influences there throughout the course of your musical journey?
So Elder Josiah Wilson, and it's amazing how you get in these different positions and you don't know how you got in these positions. It's not like you asked for them.
Yeah.
And I never went to anybody and say, make me a chorister, make me a shepherd boy, make me a superintendent, make me these offers. They see something and they pull you in. So Elder
Yeah.
Josiah Wilson pulled me in. So we're gonna name some people: Elder Josiah Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
Saint Drusilla Wilson,
Yes.
and I'm gonna say Elder Josiah Wilson, Elder Drusilla Wilson, and we'll just say that, and of course Elder Robert Marshall, and we'll leave it those for now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Saint Rachel Wilson.
Okay.
Uh, Saint Rachel Wilson was the choir mistress. She was a choir mistress at the time, and I know I'm jumping around. I'm sorry,
No,
but
you're great. This is great. This is great.
sorry about that. Now it was a Friday night, and there was no one there. It was a chorister, and she was the main chorister.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me and says, "You go on and direct." He says, "You go on and direct." I said, "But you hold the office. You need to direct." So I was very moved by that. So why would you want me to direct? And it's like, so these are people who are encouraging me, just pushing
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And let me go back to Elder Josiah Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I, to this day, I regret that I did not get a lot from him as a youngster.
Sure.
He invited me to his house. He said, "Come to my house," and I got close to his son. He said, "Come to my house. I want to share music with you. I want
Sure.
you to listen to the music. I want you to learn and take." And so I did go to his house. And like kids would do, said, "Well, Elder Josiah," well, he was Brother Josiah Wilson. Let me say that. "Not today. I want to play. I want to play around. I just don't. No, not today. We'll do it another time." He said, "Okay, Brother Joe. All right, okay."
Yeah.
But he kept on me. He kept giving me music. He kept
Yeah.
telling me, he trained me, and he taught me a lesson that learn the people. Not only learn the music, learn the people. He said, if you will notice, uh, Sister Elder Booker, who was the alto at the time, pranced differently from Saint Geneva Carter, which was his sister. He said there is a distinct difference in their prance. So my Saint he never called them my sister. He said it by their name. She pranced a half a beat faster than Sister Booker, who's sitting alto. So you have to stay on your beat.
Yeah.
They'll follow your beat and your timing, but you have to stay on your beat because they'll throw you off
Mm-hmm.
with the time.
Yes, sir.
So that was an important lesson I learned.
Yep.
So
Yes, sir. Yes. I heard a rumor that you held the office of a chorister. So what I'm going to ask you is, I want you, and we're not going to talk about the district offices just yet. Take me through the offices that you've held in the choir, short of your district office.
short of my district office. So I was a chorister and a local choir superintendent.
All right. So talk to me about your appointment as a chorister. So our staple question here in the lounge, and now you are certainly eligible for this question to be asked.
Okay.
When, where, and by whom were you appointed a chorister?
Okay. So I was appointed by Rabbi William Ezra Stewart,
All right.
who was the pastor at the time. And at that time, he was going from Cleveland to Chicago. So 2
Okay.
weeks in Cleveland, 2 weeks in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
And he appointed me by a unique situation. And we were all sitting, in the choir. And he used to sit in the middle of the floor, almost in front of the female chorister, and talk to the congregation. So he was just talking, talking. I don't know if he was complaining or upset with things. He was just talking. So it didn't affect me. So I was fine. So I was just sitting there. And so in the middle of his conversation, he called my name. And so, of course, here again, why he's calling my name? I have nothing to do with what's going on. I'm just sitting here looking at the clock saying, when are we going to go home? It's late. I'm hungry. I want to go home. Why did he call my name? So he called my name and he handed me a rosette, a Choristers rosette. And I was just in shock. It's like, well, what? Okay, thank you. This is 2 weeks before I have to go to college. I'm 18 years old, and so I said, and I'm saying to myself, does he know I have to go to school in 2 weeks? There's no choir in Iowa. There's no rabbi. There's no tabernacle. What is he doing? So that saved me. That really saved me because I had plans to get a career, get a job, and go my merry way. I wasn't tied to anything, no office. I'm free to go. So that meant for me to come back to church, back to my you, because I got a rosette. I got to fulfill that office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was made. I was made by Rabbi Stewart in August of 1979.
All right. Yes, sir.
In the Masonic Temple on the second floor.
Come on now, tell the story. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you mentioned that name. One of those names you just mentioned was Sister Elder, I think Ethel Booker.
Ethel Booker.
Did she hold an office in the general choir? What was her office?
She was the general treasurer, if I'm not mistaken, the general treasurer of the choir at the time.
Yes, sir.
And let me back up also. I'm sorry, Brother Matthew.
You're doing great. This is what the lounge is for. We ask questions to kind of get you rolling. You're doing great.
There was a stream of altos, a stream of sopranos, a stream of tenors, a stream of basses. So we're talking about 30, 40 people in the choir.
In Chicago.
In Chicago, right.
Come on now. Come on now.
So here I get in the middle of the aisle. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I just don't know. So I'm scared. So the first song, the introduction song, was, people who don't sing this song anymore may not know the song, is Suffer Little Children.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Now, before the Lord bless you and keep you, before what we're doing now, it was Suffer Little Children was the very first song I learned and I directed for Sabbath school.
Yes, sir.
That was it.
Yes, sir.
My next song was The Blessing.
Yeah.
That was it. The third time that was it. And so I never did a choir march. But those are the only things I did. So let me also
go ahead. You're rolling.
Elder Josiah Wilson. Now, you and other choristers always sit either on the first chair of the bass, first chair of the tenor. You got your female choristers, right?
Mm-hmm.
He always sat at the end of the sopranos.
Okay.
And I know no one's ever heard of this before.
Mm-hmm.
They think I'm talking off the wall, but he sat on the end of sopranos, so he said, and I asked him, I said, why do you sit here? So I can see the pulpit, so I can see them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be ready to go out in the middle of the aisle. So it's not like the bass or the tenor, you're walking already there. No, he's walking straight across it from the semi-art section and straight into the middle. He did not
from the last seat of the soprano section.
Last seat of the sopranos.
On the first row.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So he walked right out. And so I want to see the pastor, if he calls a song, I'm there already.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to walking out, and I guess because of his back toward the pulpit, he wants to have face his choristers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
his singers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, that's beautiful. So I wanted to backtrack just to for
Sure.
a piece of historical note for some of our younger uh, uh, loungers and YouTube family. So Brother Jerry talked about that song "Suffer the Children." So historically, and you'll hear certain generations talk about or joke about like you're a or I'm a suffer the children baby versus you are
Hmm.
the Lord bless you and keep you baby. Basically, what that is, suffer the children to come unto me was a song that they would use to bless babies before Elder Stevenson composed "The Lord bless you and keep you." Right,
Right.
so that's a generational thing, right? Not a generational divide. It's just a point of history within the congregation. So you'll hear some people say, I'm a suffer the children baby, meaning they were born within a certain generation. And then the Lord bless you and keep you babies are so we have two different generations right here. I'm the Lord bless you and keep you baby. That's what they sang when I was coming down the aisle.
All
Brother
right.
Jerry, you were probably a suffer the children to come unto me
I am.
baby, more than likely, and it's a beautiful thing, right? But it's just good to know that piece of history from that standpoint. So we just learned something. You just brought that out, brother
All
Jerry.
right.
That's beautiful.
I didn't know if anybody knew Suffer Little Children. You know.
So I think it's something like suffer the children to come unto
That's
me,
right.
forbid them not,
Such.
forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven, said he. Forbid them not, and I think I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
fuzzy
Pretty.
on the end of it.
Right. I'm fuzzy too.
Forbid them not. Then I am so glad that Jesus said,
Oh, I don't know that
suffer.
part.
Oh, come on
I don't know
now.
that part.
Come
You
on.
got me. You got
I
me
get
on
a little
that one.
fuzzy after that, but it's something like that, YouTube audience.
Right.
Ask
Right.
ask some people. They'll be able to sing that for you. And of course, we know the Lord bless you and keep you. That's
Right.
the Lord bless you and keep you. So yes, sir. All right. So then how did we get from that to then going in the direction of the superintendent?
All right. So thinking I was good, right? I got my one office. I'm all right. Perfect. So now all of a sudden, and let me also mention Rabbi Stewart was the overseer at the time, and then of course the years have gone by. So of course we already talked about Elder Marshall that he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now Rabbi Stewart. Now it's under my at the time was Rabbi Palmer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now Rabbi Palmer's there, and so now during the intermission, one Elder Josiah Wilson's wife, her name is Saint Ruth Wilson, was the superintendent at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw her with this ledger, this very thick ledger, go up to the pulpit to speak to my, I will say Rabbi Palmer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't paying attention. And she started shaking her head and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden he looked at me. He looked at me and says, "Come here." I said, "Come here." I said, "What's going on?" So once again, he said, Saint Ruth Wilson said, "I can't do this office anymore. I can't do it." And so he looked at me and says, "Brother Jerry, can you do this office?" I said, "Well, I don't know what the office is, but I guess so." Because I saw her face. I saw her compassion. She just felt like she just couldn't do it. And she felt, someone else can do it. So then I became a choir superintendent. He made me choir superintendent.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you now. Now I'm a choir superintendent. Now, how can I hold two offices like that? It's difficult. It's
Yes,
difficult,
sir.
right?
Sure. But you so around what year would that have been roughly?
Became a local superintendent. Okay, so I can 79, 83s and 84, 83, 84.
Okay.
I get back
So
on the calendar.
83, 84. Gotcha. So then,
Wait a minute. I
so
apologize. I sort of skipped Elder David Merritt. I'm sorry. Elder David Merritt was there. I'm sorry. But my brother was Rabbi Palmer was I'm messing up the years here, but I know it's Elder David Merritt.
mm-hmm.
Maybe it was after. So Elder David Merritt made me another office. So I was
Mm-hmm.
getting different offices
Sure.
at different times with different overseers.
Listen, the beautiful thing is that the YouTube audience that's watching, they can put something right in the chat. just about what years that they might know. We're all we're a collaborative group here, so we're
Okay.
gonna help each other out. So we're
Yeah.
able to make that get all those dates and things like that. And even if you know the song "Suffer the Children," I don't know how we're gonna get that in the chat. We might have to get that from somebody, some way,
Yeah. That's
some
gonna be
shape, somehow. But so kind of looking at kind of that process, chorister, superintendent. When were you appointed district superintendent of the West? When did that
all right.
happen?
So so that was that was another interesting event. So I was helping, and at the time, my he was evangelist at large. He was evangelist at large, Joseph Palmer,
Mm-hmm.
and he was still district superintendent. So
Wait. So
he
you
was
mean for our young
yeah
people,
yeah
so your brother, uh, he's gone through elder, evangelist, large rabbi. He was also still the district
district
superintendent of the West.
right of the West. He was a Western District Choir Superintendent.
All right, yes sir, yes sir.
So I think we were traveling one time, and he wanted me to do something for Cleveland, and back to Cleveland. He said, "Oh, well, Brother Jerry can help you out with as far as how to do those reports. He'll get that straight." So then, right away, I guess the leader said, "You have to get out of that office as district superintendent and do your office as evangelist at large." You know, so I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, and so I'm a local superintendent and everything, so I'm fine, sitting comfortably. So for a straight year, Brother Ernest Griffin, who was the Western District chorister,
Yes sir.
will say, chase me or try to corner me. He says, but Jerry, I need a superintendent. I want you to be district superintendent. Nah, no, you don't. I'm fine being local. I'm comfortable. So let me just take care of the local. I'm fine. And I was giving him suggestions. Why don't you try this brother or this sister? There's plenty of people out there. You really don't need me. You really don't need me. So one Sabbath, he came to Chicago, and I didn't know. I think I knew he was coming to Chicago. So and everything, beautiful service and everything like that. All of a sudden, I was asked to go upstairs. And they said, "Come on, let's go upstairs." They closed the door. So Rabbi Palmer, he was Rabbi Palmer, and they closed the door and says, "We want you as district superintendent. We don't want anyone else. You're it." And so I said, "Are you sure? Have you really checked everybody out and just to make sure that I'm the?" So I got tired of them. I said, "Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it." I got tired.
Yes
Y'all
sir.
for 1 year, you've been chasing me, asking these questions. I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do it.
Right.
I'll do it. So
Right.
then that's how I
Yep.
became by
Lord have mercy.
by
Well, thank God
corner.
for your spirit. Thank God for you for your spirit. They knew that you had the right spirit for the job. Because that goes back to what then brother but Elder Josiah Wilson told you about learning people, and you just have a great way with people. And I think that really is a staple
Thank you.
for the type of work that's required as a
Thank you.
superintendent. So kind of as we're rounding the corner, so to speak here, um, from a and I'll get back to your work as the superintendent. If I were to ask you for some of your most influential or the Mount Rushmore of choristers during your musical journey, who are some of the names that come to mind?
In Chicago, correct?
Anywhere, kingdom wide,
Anywhere. Wow.
anywhere. Mount Rushmore
Um,
of choristers.
of course, Brother Earl Williams.
All right.
And Brother Earl Williams was the top
Yes,
of the
sir.
peak. He was the people that they want to model after.
Yeah.
Um, Brother Caleb Garris, Brother James Beller. Um, those people were the tops. Of course, Elder Stevens, my lord. So those were the people up there at the peak.
All
And
right. So
yeah,
that's four right there. So Mount Rushmore has four. So you said Brother Earl
yeah.
Williams, Elder James Speller. You said Elder Thomas Stevenson, and who am I missing? The fourth one.
Caleb
Elder
Garris.
Stevenson, Brother Caleb Garris. Yep,
Caleb
those
Garris.
were your
Okay.
four. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All
And
right.
let
So,
me
yeah, go ahead.
interrupt
Go
right
for it.
here,
Yes, sir.
brother Matthew.
Yes,
That
sir.
so I guess one Sabbath, when backing up with Rabbi Stewart in charge, and he's one. I guess I wasn't hitting the notes. I guess I was directing the ceremony, and he stopped the service. He stopped it. He said, "Stop." He raised his hand and just stopped. And I'm saying, "Okay, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" I thought some emergency happened. And he said, "I want you to have more spirit. I want you to have more spirit, and I want you to have more spirit like Earl Williams." And I said, "Huh? You serious? You talking Earl Williams? Me? To have a spirit like Earl Williams?" So he was just trying to, it get me ignited to
Yeah.
continue with this choir. You're
Yeah.
there. And I thought I was there, but he said no. And so and that got me going. And
Yes,
so
sir.
I wasn't directing like Earl Williams, but I directed like Brother Jerry Palmer.
Right. Yes, sir.
But I know what he
To the best
wanted
of your ability. Yes,
to the
sir.
best of my ability. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So, but go
Yes,
ahead
sir.
with your question. I'm
No,
sorry.
that was a great memory, and I'm glad that I jogged your memory to kind of bring that forward. So, kind of like I said, two more questions, and I think we'll kind of make our way on out. So, actually, maybe three. So, and this is maybe for a little bit of levity here. So, I hear that there's a certain move that you do. I don't know when the spirit gets high or something like that, but I was specifically told to ask you about the one-legged shout. Talk to me about this one-legged shout, please, Brother Jerry Palmer.
Well, like you said, it was in Alexandria, Virginia,
Come on now,
and the spirit was high. The spirit was
I,
high,
and lift it
and
up.
I guess you just give your all and your all, and what else can I give? What else? Is there anything else I can give to the Lord?
Yeah.
So and I shouted from the bass row and into the middle of the floor, grabbing onto my one leg and hopping with one leg shout. So I put my arm on my one leg. Now, mind you, this was years ago when I was a little bit younger. I would do that. I don't know if I can do this now. So at 64 years old, but I was a little bit younger. So I just did it. I just did a shout with one leg. And don't ask me how I did it. Oh,
The Lord was with you.
It
That's
happened.
what happened. Because I mean, any other time, Lord have mercy. That was a
And so, and before his passing, this is Elder Adair.
yes.
He
Elder Curtis
every
Adair
time
Senior.
Elder Curtis Adair Senior,
Yes, yes, yes.
every time he seen me, he said he would grab his leg
Oh my
and
God.
like and attempt to do the one-legged shout. I said, Elder Adair, how do you?
Oh,
He
Lord have mercy.
attempted now to do that, and
I
so
am so
he
glad that I was told to ask this question because I did not know such a move existed, and my imagination is going wild because I can see you, Brother Jerry,
I couldn't
doing
see
that.
myself doing that anymore. I couldn't see myself doing it. That will never ever happen again. And I'm just telling you no, right now it will never
Yes,
happen again.
sir. Yes, sir.
Because that
So,
day it happened, and
well,
that will never
that's
happen.
they say the spirit is quick. two more questions, brother Jerry. So there are two songs in the songbook that kind of remind me or put me in the mind of the Chicago Tabernacle, and I'm just curious if what you can tell me about these songs. One is Esau and Jacob, and
Yes,
the
sir.
other is This Is the Holy Convocation.
Yes, sir.
Are those two songs that were composed in Chicago, or just songs that Chicago sang? What do you know about those two songs?
All I know is that they sang those songs all the time,
Okay.
and um, and you know, and it came to pass. I think that's what you said, right?
Yes,
And it came to pass.
yes, and
That was
Esau and
our
Jacob, right?
yeah. That was our staple song. I
Okay,
would say that was the staple song of the West because that was
okay,
and that we now Boston knows that song. The
okay.
members in Boston, I think, if you remember Saint Athelia Niles, is
Alf,
that
Saint Althea Niles, yes, sir.
Athelia
Saint Althea
Niles? I
Niles.
think she told me she knew that song as well as what's the course's name up in Boston?
Saint Edna Akins,
Not Edna Akins, but
Saint.
the brother that he said he heard of that song too as well. Um, he was a dark skinned brother that not Mark Good. I'm trying to think of the memories, but I wish
He was a chorister.
he was, of course, a dark skinned man out of Boston. He
Okay,
said he heard of that song and it came to pass.
okay, okay. Yes, sir.
Well, I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know who composed it. I don't know if it
Hmm.
came from the North. Now, Elder Josiah Wilson came out of New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I
I'm
didn't
not
know
sure if it
that.
was Plainfield, Newark, but I think he came from up north. So Evangelist Taylor, if you know the story about Evangelist Taylor, he came with his sister, and I could be wrong with the story, and he came down to Chicago. So I know it was up north they came down. So maybe they heard that song up north and
Sure.
brought it down to the west.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and it could be.
Gotcha.
And the other song
Gotcha.
you said was "In the
Uh,
Days of Old." No,
this is the Holy Convocation.
this is
In the days of old is another one, but that's not in the songbook. We got to work
right.
on that. We got to
Okay.
work on that because that's a bad piece right there. But this is a holy convocation. Yes, sir. What
This
can
is
you tell me
a
about
holy
that one?
convocation. Prophet Women's Cardi brought, and my other people with that part there all shall march.
Yeah.
Everyone always stumbles that part, and they said bishop, evangelists, and elders, but and we stumble about the part about the shepherd boy. All shall march. The shepherd boy ahead. Bishop, evangelists, and elders. So there was always a problem with that one section. Because bishop, evangelists, and elders. So that's the line of
Yes,
order.
sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Listen, Choristers Lounge family. We need to get in our songbook. It's in the book. It's in the
yeah,
book. We gotta get the harmony. I know. Brother Caleb down there in the South is teaching it, making his way with that song in the Southern District. I'm trying to learn it myself. But it's part of our history, and it's in that beautiful "Sweet Songs of Zion" hymnal. So let's
right.
at least get familiar with those words. All right, and real quick, Brother Jerry, since we were talking about the hymnal a little bit, what are your favorite? What is your favorite song or favorite songs?
Yes, sir. Of course, well, they're top notch for you said the Mount Rushmore, or whatever.
Mount Rushmore.
Rushmore songs. Hear, O ye nations, and
Good song.
I love the variety in that first verse. And the different parts. Hear, O ye
Yeah,
nations.
yeah.
Uh, my God, it's so tight with
Yes,
this
sir.
next
Yes,
one.
sir.
The Lord is a warrior. And
Yes, sir.
the Lord is a warrior, grandfather Abraham. I know we want to say the God of Abraham, but the Lord is a warrior, the God, the grandfather Abraham. And
Yes,
he's
sir.
leading the camps of Israel. So
Yeah, the Lord, he is a warrior. Grandfather Abraham, he is cleaning out the camps of
camps of
Israel.
Israel, right.
But if you will hearken and obey his voice, you will have a home in Canaan land. Yes,
In
sir.
Canaan land. Yes, sir.
Come on now. Yes, sir.
I want
Yes,
to give you a
sir.
third song.
The
Uh,
floor is yours.
I have left the wilderness, traveling to the promised land.
Come on now.
I love that verses. Long I sought the blessed Savior, though
I
he
knew
knew
not,
that he was near.
though I knew not
Still
he
I
was
heard
near.
his gentle whisper.
Seek,
Seek no longer he is near, I think, right?
seek no longer I am near.
I am near. Right, right,
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. YouTube audience, you got to get in that hymnal. Got to get in that
Right.
hymnal. Brother Jerry hit us with some classics right there. I
I may give
love
you a
that.
fourth one.
Come on now.
In my distress,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cried
yeah.
unto the Lord. You know what I'm talking about?
The one
The Lord he
in
bowed
my yes, sir.
the Lord
In
he
my
bowed the heavens.
distress, I cried unto the
Yeah.
Lord.
There's a lot of movements in this song. And it's funny that they go back to that the bass part in my distress from the beginning and it changed the
Yeah.
whole mood.
Yes, sir.
That's it. I'm done. Those four.
I like what you just did right there. I like that cyclical nature of the song. Ah, come on, bro, Jerry. Thinking like a chorister right there. I like that. Like that a lot. Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, sir. So, last question for you, brother Jerry. So,
Sure.
getting back to your work as a superintendent, and district superintendent, how would you maybe encourage the singers, both seasoned and young, to really impress upon them the importance of our financial health as a choir? How can you really just give us some encouraging words just about what it means to be a singer from that standpoint and an officer from that point as well, and just the important and the necessity of being good financial stewards in addition to being good musical stewards as well? What kind of comes to mind with that?
Well, I'm going to go to a different way, but I'll get to your question. I want to say that you have to find ways to stimulate people. What can stimulate them? What can excite them? What musically can excite them? Spiritually, what can excite them? And we don't want to make finance a burden. So if it something that you can do that will be exciting or fun to raise money for the choir in any sort, do it. If it's like, let's get together and go to a restaurant and see if they'll promote our choir, or I have a fundraiser that I'm working on right now in the West.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to tell you because I don't want you to steal my idea.
because I will.
But,
No,
but
I'm lying.
just think of ways to stimulate the people. So you know, it's one thing to go to a church and sing there. That's all well and good, but what else could be stimulating? And I have to get to Rochester, because they do singing on the boulevard. They do something. They
Yeah.
do like a little fun thing up there. So
Hmm.
something that will ignite the
Yeah.
members, keep them engaged, igniting, um, and make it interesting. I won't say
Hmm.
fun, but make it
Hmm.
interesting and captivating for them to
Yeah.
come back the next time. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's
does
beautiful.
that
And
answer your
then,
question?
so that was
Does that
beautiful.
answer?
The way that you
Okay.
answered that was absolutely perfect. And just maybe for us younger singers, younger officers that may not necessarily be as familiar. Like a lot of us know, what it means, or have a general idea what it means to be a chorister, or what it means to be a shepherd. What exactly is the role of a superintendent? Just from your in the words of Brother Jerry Palmer, right? How would you describe that? Because we certainly need um, to drum up whatever interest that we can, not just in the musical side, right? Because if we're going to do this thing from the holistic way that's called for within the realm and the structure of the choir. We need strong business officers as well. But how would you kind of describe the role of the superintendent?
You, as the role of a district superintendent, and
take it from you could do your role as the district superintendent, and then bring it on down to the local level as well.
all right, and let's do the reverse. I had to learn what it is to be a local superintendent. What can I do and not do? Who do I listen to and not listen to? So leadership, and I like to follow leadership and the chain of command. So I know as a local superintendent, I deal with the business finance of the choir. What is it that I can manage and oversee as far as I have a secretary, I have a treasurer, secretary keeping notes, treasurer, the books and things like that. Now, what can I present to the choir that they may want to help different things in the choir? Now, back in the day, and we used to change the rosettes, change the shepherd staff rosettes, if you remember, right, brother?
You mean the streamers, the shepherd staff streamers? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Right. So when it was a white season, we changed it to the blue and white. Brown season, we had the blue and brown. So
correct.
We changed that. So, say for instance, the shepherd boy can't afford to get the ribbons for the choir. Who's going to purchase it? And so we put it to a vote. Singers, we needed new ribbons for the staff. They're fraying out. They look tacky. This brother knows where to get the ribbons. So can we afford to? Sure, we take a vote. Do parliamentary procedure. That helps the choir. Now you're uniform. Yes, and show receipt. Check and balance, and that's important. That's really important. That leads to me being the Western District Superintendent, that I'm checking balance of all the choirs. And I looked at all the finance and everything, the income and what came in, what goes out. Saint Terry Hurt, God bless her soul, and Sister Diane Bird. I want to mention those two names.
Yes, sir.
Helped me tremendously as far as a district superintendent. Helped me tremendously. And she kept the book. She knows what's going on. Sister Bird, the secretary, but the penny. And I'll say, this person that passed will say, oh God, how far can I go back? Frank Holler. Was it Frank Holler that passed at the time? I think in the early 80s. So we'll say Elder Frank Holler passed.
Okay. He passed like in the early 90s, I believe.
The early
Frank
90s?
Holler.
Okay,
yeah, early 90s. Yes, sir. That was for YouTube audience. That was Elder Frank Holler was the general choir shepherd before Elder Lloyd Person.
Right. And so I said, should we do a love offering, for him and things like that? And she would tell me, this is what you have. So, and she gave me a set amount. I said, Brother Jerry, I don't think we should go this particular amount. I think we should stay right here, maintain our treasure. It's beautiful. Oh my God. Some things just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that would maintain our treasure. I said, beautiful. We'll send that. We know where to send. So it went on. She kept things in line.
Yeah.
Let me also say about the Western District, there was a Western District treasurer. Mm-hmm. So I'm following after, as I said, brother, at the time, Evangelist Palmer. So they decided to have, that's what I was talking about being interested. So he decided to have what he wanted each member to try to put in their treasure to like an extra $2, just an extra $2, and put it into the Western District treasure, so it can build up, so it can be used for different things in the West. So that fund kept building up and building up to this very day. We have that.
All right.
Based on that. And, coming into an office, let me also say this. I hope I'm hitting your question a different way.
This is perfect. This is perfect.
Coming into an office, it's not good to make drastic changes. Mm-hmm. Once again, you got to learn the office, learn the people, learn what's all about. And and say, well, we're going to cut this and cut that. Why? So so I had to learn that. And so I kept that treasure going,
Yeah.
and things change and we build it up. But
Yes, sir. No,
hopefully I answered your question.
that was perfect because I wanted it to come as authentically, as it possibly could. So two quick questions and we'll get out of here. So just I like to ask. So I heard another rumor, and I know this rumor to be true. At one
Okay.
point, I believe, don't you? This is some of your professional pursuits. Is it true that you were at one point a coach of tennis?
Yes, sir. I do. I do coach. You got a wrong forehand, but anyway, I do coach tennis.
I didn't know.
That was your arm was bent and stuff, so you got to be straight.
Oh,
Anyway, I
that's
do
why I need.
coach
That's
tennis.
why I need you, brother Jerry.
I know. So yes, I do coach tennis, and to this day, I still coach tennis. And there have been several. Now let's just say two members of the church that I've coached and
Beautiful,
everything. So and I
excellent.
still play every Sunday. Yes, sir.
Listen. I talked to the YouTube audience about balance. Right, balance is important. We must have balance. So, just brother Jerry, you've been wonderful. So I'll open the
Thank you.
floor up to you just for any words of encouragement that you have for this generation of singers and for this generation of choir officers. We'll say just anything that comes to your mind, a word of encouragement for us.
Of course, of course. Two things come to mind, and my maybe a couple things. So, choristers, shepherd boys work together, and I saw the unique relationship between Elder Josiah Wilson, at the time, Brother Josiah Wilson, and my father. I saw them communicate. I saw them. There's a picture. I lost that picture. I don't know if my someone has it, but I saw a picture of them sitting on the rocks, two rocks, talking. So they communicated all the time. So and I've seen before choir march, I saw my father walk out to the chorister and said something, and they talk and they move people around to adjust the balance of the choir. It was just a beautiful thing. It wasn't like, oh no, we can't do that. No, they work together. Communication, the spirit. The one word that my father, Brother Judah Palmer, used all the time was youth and age work together.
Mm.
He talked in allegories, so you got to catch the allegory and try to figure it out. So it's not like all the older people are going to run things, but he wanted all the young people to work with the older people to make things unified, to make things go together. Brother Matthew, you brought a lot younger than me.
Yes, sir.
We can work together. We've
Absolutely
always worked together.
always. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So why can't we? Why can't we get along? It's not like a young people's choir or older people's choir work together. So, and that's what makes me young.
Yes, sir.
Not shouting around. It makes me young to keep up with the younger folks.
Yes, sir.
Because I will, I will say my age, but I won't act my age.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can say I'm 64, but I will not.
Woo!
64.
Because nobody would believe you. I wouldn't
No one
believe
believe me.
I wouldn't
But
believe
you're still playing tennis and things like that. And then
Yes,
the
sir.
last thing I want to say is that Elder Josiah Wilson said was certain people had broad shoulders. And so you got to tell you these older people, they talk in different parables. They didn't tell you exactly what they want to say, but you have to figure it out. So broad shoulders, I said, so is it means I'm muscular? What does it mean by broad shoulders? That you're able to take a lot. You can take the heat and still go on.
Yeah.
You take the blows. Like Frank Sinatra said, I took the blows.
Yes.
But he said that, and I saw a lot of things. One event occurred. Rabbi, we did not say eight. We didn't sing 8 months in a year. 8 months in a year, the servers getting excited.
For
So
changing the blue and brown song.
Change the blue and brown. He forgot to sing it. He literally forgot to sing. He just was in the spirit and got out of the song. And Rabbi Stewart knew that he did not sing the 8 months in a year. So as a consequence for him not singing that song, he had all of the choir members to write down 8 months in a year 8 times. Now, we were guilty of not singing the song. He was the guilty of not singing the song, but he wanted
Right.
everyone to write it down. And he, from that day forward, he went to Sister Bird, and she wasn't Sister Ella then. She says, "Help me to not forget that song anymore when it comes time to change." And we never did. That one
Yes, sir.
time, that one
Wow.
constant straight.
Right.
We did it.
So Rabbi Stewart had you all to write it, or Brother Josiah, Elder Josiah had you to write it?
No, it was Rabbi Stewart. He said, "You forgot
Had you
that
to write it.
song. We
You
said,
gotta write it.
you got to write it 8 times of that
Lord
song,
have mercy.
so you won't forget it anymore." So that was our consequence, even though Josiah Wilson made that error.
Sure. Yes, sir.
We had to write it down. I don't know.
But
I remember that.
speaks to the fact that we're a unit, right? There are no big eyes, little U's. Like, we're all part of the Union Choir organization, the God's choir, right? All of us play an equal part to this thing. Well, listen, brother Jerry, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was everything that we could have hoped for and more. Like I said, your spirit, your youthful exuberance, all those things, your knowledge, your history that you're able to share. And I'm asking the Lord that He continues to bless you with health and strength, and bless your
Thank you.
memory to be able to, continue to impart these things to us. Your journey was wonderful. Just those names that you called, and those memories that you were able to share really mean a lot to me. And I'm sure that our listening audience got just as much from that. So, YouTube audience, again, thank you so much for being part of this journey. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to the YouTube channel, if you have not done so. Those of you that are watching on our various podcast platforms, thank you for doing that. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to the various social media mediums that we do have. And we're looking forward to welcoming you again the next time the Choristers Lounge opens its doors. With that, we'll bring this episode to a close. God bless and keep you is my prayer.
Thank you for joining us on the Choristers Lounge.
Sharing the things important to you. Come on in and sit on down.